What's up, guys? Welcome back to GoHamDiscGolf. I'm Big John, and this is the MVP Tesla review. All right, I like this disc, so let's just get straight into it, guys. First looks. This is a cool disc, but it's flat. This is one of the flattest discs I've ever seen, and that seems to be going along with all of the max distance or drivers that MVP's putting out. The inertia is almost as flat as this guy, but this is a flipping flat disc. All right. Now for the feel of the disc, it feels really great in the hand. It fits right in there, good for a power grip, and I've said that a lot about a lot of discs, but I say that because it makes such a big difference. See, everybody knows, or a lot of you guys know, that if a disc doesn't feel right, you're not gonna be able to throw it the way you want to. It's not gonna fly the way you're expecting, and you probably won't be confident in it if you can't get your fingers in there the way you're used to. But yeah, it feels really good in the hand, looks really cool, aesthetically pleasing. All right, now how does it fly? When I went out to test this guy, I was throwing it alongside a Sidewinder just to see how the distance was, and then I was throwing it alongside a Valkyrie as well to see how the stability was. Now, I'd like to say that I was out driving my Sidewinders, but it's hard to say that because they fly very differently. Now, when I was throwing it with the Valkyrie, I was getting about the same distance. This wasn't blowing the Valkyrie out of the water, and my Valkyrie wasn't flying too much farther than the Tesla was. But the flight was kind of similar to a Valkyrie. Not that much, but closer than the Sidewinder. If I wanted to tell you right now how this disc flies, what it flies like, for those of you that have thrown an MVP Volt, it's got almost the exact same flight path as that, just a little bit longer, not much longer, maybe 50, 60, 70 feet longer than a Volt. It's like somebody took the straightest disc they could find in the world and added just a touch of overstability to it. If you've got a power arm, if you can really rip into a disc, this guy's going to give you an S-curve. If you're not that strong, if you don't have that much power in your arm, then it's going to be a fair bit of overstable for you. You're going to have to work him to get him back into a straight flight. Now, as far as throwing into the wind, it does fight the wind. If you're playing against like a 5 or 10 mile an hour headwind, it does fight that pretty well. If you're playing in hurricane type settings, this guy isn't this disc for that. It's not a big wind fighter, but it'll do the job when it needs to. Now in a tailwind, this guy does like to glide. It'll glide on forever. And crosswinds, you just got to be careful. If it's really strong, you got to pick the right disc for the job. If you're having small crosswinds, right to left or left to right, it'll still do its job just fine. But it's not the disc I would grab if I was throwing into some heavy winds. But it is a great disc. I love the way it flies. Like I said, it's like a straight disc with just a little bit of overstability to it. So if that's what you're looking for, the Tesla might be right for you. Now, as comparing this guy to the inertia, the MVP inertia that just came out a little while ago, the inertia is pretty understable. It's not crazy understable, but it does give me at least a nice big S-curve. All right. The Tesla, I thought it would be a little closer to the inertia. I didn't think it was going to have that touch of overstability to it. I thought it was going to be like a laser beam, but it's got a little more to it than I thought it would. And as for how the disc finishes, it's got that fade to it, and if you're throwing it with enough speed, that fade's not going to be there at all. When you come to a rest, it's going to just sit down and it's going to finish straight. It'll give you a little bit to the left, but not much. But again, like I said, if you're not throwing it with as much speed as it requires, then you're going to see a lot of fade out of it when it starts to slow down if you're still got some flight going in it. So make sure that if you pick this disc up, you can throw it correctly. But if you can throw this disc correctly, it could be a very nice addition to your bag. All right? So that's going to be it for the Tesla review, guys. Don't forget that if you want to pick up one of these guys, head over to InfiniteDisc.com. They have I think it's the best price on the Tesla right now. They're beating out all the other online retailers right now. And on top of that, you can save an extra 5% on your order on Infinite Disc just by putting in the discount code BigJohnJune. All right? So a big thank you to Infinite Disc for giving us that promo code. And thanks to you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out the Tesla if you think it'd be a good match for you. And I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to go ham.